you're having sex, and then they think, and then from sex to being my girlfriend, like to having sex with multiple women.
Yo, man, you already know who it is, man. It's that. Yes, sir, man. J.U. and Kingmeechyyy in here, man. A little rust on that intro, I ain't gonna lie, but we here, man. We in the building. J.U. and Kingmeechyyy, Island God Talk podcast, the best podcast in the motherfucking world, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Cannot complain. How about you, man?
Pretty good, man. Can't complain. Like you say, hey, we living, we breathing, we here. We get to put out what we want to put out to the world, and you know what I'm saying, express ourselves through this, man. Hey, we blessed.
Definitely, we're not bots. We're not controlled by anybody, so
grateful.
Definitely. But and like, I know y'all notice the podcast is once a week now.
Yeah. Like I said, we doing a couple little pivots. Just the first one. Know what I'm saying, we gonna pivot all the way around on this shit. Know what I'm saying, there's gonna be new things coming, but everything is for the betterment of the podcast, so we can keep giving y'all quality content. You feel me?
Definitely quality content, and we got some quality content for y'all right now. Because I know, have a girl ever told you got commitment issues?
I'm pretty sure I've heard that before. Well, not even really commitment issues with me particularly, because the thing is, like, I've like my past me, like, I was the type of guy, like, yeah, I'll commit to you, but that didn't mean like you the only one I'm committed to, and I've always held up, or at least tried to the best possible when it comes to just commitments in life in general. So I wouldn't even believe that I have commitment issues. Has a girl ever told you that?
Yeah. Yeah, she literally said, I have commitment issues. And then I started thinking, I don't think I have commitment issues either. I think I have more so title issues. I don't like the title of a relationship at times, especially, really, because I feel like you should have to work for that title. I feel like a title shouldn't just be given.
It should be earned for sure. Is it just like, okay, you don't have a problem with the title, but it's just like the expectations that come with the title?
It's the expectations that come with the title, exactly. Because girlfriend, that's a reflection of you. So I'm not just going to give that title around willy-nilly. Like, so I feel like we got to go through that phase of just vibing with each other first before you can get that title. And in that phase, because I think I won't make her my girlfriend, that's what says I have commitment issues.
See, I think what a lot of women get wrong is that it's not commitment issues that they are like saying, like, because a guy won't commit to them or whatever. It's just the guy. Like, guys nowadays, we are having higher standards. We are making sure certain boxes are being checked, and we're vetting women better, because we know, we look at dudes through the 2010s and the early 2000s that somewhere between that and the 90s, niggas started fucking up, know what I'm saying, a lot. And another thing women have to understand too is that monogamy is an everyday choice for a man. He's always going to want to have sex with other women, always going to be attracted to other women. Is that the best thing for him? That's up to the man to decide if he's going to act on those things or not. But it's definitely an everyday choice. I don't think men are even hardwired to be monogamous. If it was, then we wouldn't have these attractions to other women if that was the thing. And of course, like, temptation is gonna be out there regardless, but it's up to the man's discretion if he's gonna act on something or not. But as far as like monogamy, yeah, that's the more so unnatural thing. So I don't even think it is something wrong with, like, what I would say would be like commitment issues for a man is if you can't hold up to your word. Like you tell me you gonna be somewhere at a certain time, and of course things come up, but it's just a repeated thing. Like, damn, this nigga Meechyyy ain't never on time to baseball practice. Like, he always that's commitment issues to me.
That makes a lot more sense. Yeah, I don't got commitment issues. I don't got those, because I always hold up all my commitments. It's just when it comes down to titles, and I do think women perceive titles equal to commitment. Because I was thinking the other day, we can be in a committed relationship, but I can cheat on you every single day.
Yeah, exactly. Literally, you can, because, and it just depends. What it is like men, like a lot of men, like they get so infatuated in the beginning and they make these promises, and that's one thing you should never ever really do when it comes to relationships, to be honest, is make promises as far as like your loyalty and stuff like that, is because like that's how you're feeling in the moment. Usually when you're making promises like that, you're probably thinking in your more feminine energy. Like your masculine self, your true masculine self knows like you shouldn't make those type of promises, but it's really the feelings and the emotions part of you that you want to say everything that she want to hear to make her feel as loved and happy as possible. But making those promises can be going too far sometimes, and that's when you get into those situations where the title is attached to the commitment, and you done told her you ain't gonna fuck no other bitches, but then she catch you about to, or maybe possibly doing it, and then shit's fucked up. That's why I would be saying honesty is the best policy, but women also have to realize too, like, who they're dealing with.
I totally agree. Damn, that was tough. I like that. You really broke that one down. For the simple fact, that's really how it is. A lot of women, they think title equals commitment, but it really doesn't. It especially not in a man's mind, because we can just be friends, or like friends with benefits, or I tell you what it is. I'm just honest about it. Like, hey, I'm only having sex with you at this time, and then I can really live up to that.
Yeah.
Or I can completely do the opposite.
Yeah, and it's like, you want sexual loyalty, and it's usually they meet a dude. The dude is probably, like, if it's a high value dude, or a dude that can get a lot of girls, they want to be the one that can like change this dude and make him settle down. But it's really up to him. Like, if he's in that mode to where he feels like, yeah, I really only need one girl, and that's good for me right now, then he's gonna do that. Like, as a woman, you're not gonna be able to change that. And going into things, I don't think a woman should even have that expectation, especially if it's a dude that a lot of women want. Now, if you get random bum on the street, like, and you want commitment out of him, then okay. But it's like, when I'm saying commitment, I mean sexual loyalty. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That because that's what they really mean when it comes down to it. They want sexual loyalty. And when we're talking about relationships, I think commitment and sexual loyalty is two different things.
It definitely is. And I wonder, why is that? Why do women think they can change men? Like, why do they go into a relationship trying to do that? Because I feel like that's how it happens. Mm-hmm. Like, you get into these things, friendships, relationships, not relationships, like sexual, you're having sex, and then they think, and then from sex to being my girlfriend, like, to having sex with multiple women, to only having sex with her. Why do they want that so bad? Why do they think they can change a man like that?
I would say it's because the propaganda, the media, fairy tale stories. They think they've seen it before, like, and they usually don't know the full story or what goes on behind the scenes with the things that they've seen. But for some, like, you know what I'm saying, it's not. I think it's just a more feminine thing to have, like, an emotional mind and that imaginative thing. But it's like a line between being like delusional and thinking like it, and then it really comes, when it comes down to it, it's like they really don't. A lot of them, especially the ones that go for the more so like bad boys or thugs and shit, they don't even, they get with those type of guys expecting commitment, but they don't realize that if they find a guy that's really on improvement, he's probably not gonna want a bunch of different women because he's got a lot of shit going on. But it's just all just delusional thinking. It's like you can try to apply logic to it, but they just do shit because they feel like it, you know. That's the basic answer. Definitely.
I totally agree, because men try to do the same thing too, like trying to turn a hoe into a housewife.
Yeah.
I've never seen it done. I've never seen it done.
Even if it's seemingly done, it's only temporary.
There it is. It's literally only temporary. You might can turn around maybe for a couple years, but eventually, especially the longer you're with this woman, she's going to eventually, like, that thought side is going to eventually come back out.
Yeah, and like a lot of, like, even even like Kim and Kanye, you can go back to that and say like, yeah, he turned the hoe into a housewife, but what happened? Oh, I'm not getting enough attention. I want you to be at home with me while I paint my toenails and we watch fucking bullshit on Netflix. But Kanye, he trying to work. He trying to in the music, clothes. He trying to do this. He trying to be moving around. And her biggest gripe was the level of attention and them not doing the little things that she wanted to do. And literally, that's just the delusion of it. And he fucked up to even get with her in the first place. Know what I'm saying? And of course, he probably has his probably not regrets because he's still Kanye West, but he has his things he know he could have did different.
Definitely. And that's one thing. If Kanye can't do it, what makes you think you can do it? That's what I'd be thinking. Like, if God can't save this hoe, what makes you think I can save this hoe?
The only time I've seen it done is if the nigga just accepts her as a hoe. So she's not being changed from a hoe into a housewife, but now she's a hoe housewife. Like Adam 22 and Lean the Plugs.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah. And you got to think how much time they really have to spend together, too.
Or how much fucks that he has to not give, or how much lack of self-respect he probably has for himself.
I was about to say it's a little bit of both. Like when I say he can give zero fucks, he can give zero. Cause you gotta think she was a porn star.
Yeah.
And she's like now I think they only do like threesomes with girls and shit, but it's still like that's crazy. That is crazy.
She's been trained by other guys and shit like that. So very like to me and you, yeah, that's crazy. But to him, I don't know how much coke and Molly it take for you to get to that level of not giving a fuck, but I ain't really trying to find out,
At all. I don't want to either. I was about to say, just because we're on the topic, bro. And you got to think about it. This shit is public. Like it's different if she was like a hoe in this town and then moved towns. Everybody knows she was a hoe. Like you can probably go on the internet and see a video of her getting trained if you really want to find that bitch. So I'm just saying. Don't do that shit. Whatever you do, please don't try to turn a hoe into a housewife. Like, get you a girl that's never been through that phase, for real. Because it's going to be easy. If she's never been through it, especially if she's, like, over 21, she's probably not going to get to that phase.
She's never been through it, and she doesn't have people around her that will make her feel like, oh, this is what she needs. Because you do have those good girls, and they feel like, oh, I need to experience this before I, get married and nah, you don't even want the girls that even thinking like you want the girls that look at like the degeneracy and the whole shit is like beneath them.
Literally. I totally agree. Because when you get those girls in your girls' ear, and that is false thinking too. That's very false thinking. For the simple fact, what experience is that? Why do you need more sexual experience than you're gonna get with your man?
Yeah. With who you supposed to have a union with that will last a lifetime.
Like y'all literally gonna have the rest of y'all lives to do every sexual thing you need to. And it just ruins the experience when you do it with another guy. Because 9 times out of 10, you're not gonna fuck with that guy in a couple years. And then you're gonna be thinking back like, damn, I'm so mad I even let him fuck. That's literally gonna be your mindset. And he's gonna be looking at it like, you still let him fuck. He still fucked though. Like, no matter what you say, no matter you can say his dick was little, it was trash, I never do it again. He still fucked though. And on this journey, I feel like the source contacts you in many different ways. And one ways is through dreams. Like I've had some of my best visions, experiences, ideas through dreams. And I've had some of my worst. Like, it's as simple as that. Like, through dreams, I've really uncovered some shit. Like, I don't think I ever told you this. I'm pretty sure I was in high school. Well, getting out of high school, I had a dream. My bitch was fucking another nigga. Oh, my goodness. And when I had this dream, I was like, damn. I took it. I had to take it literal. I literally had to take it literal. Like, my bitch probably fucking another nigga right now. And granted, was she? She said she wasn't. I say she said she wasn't, but I still don't believe her to this day. But it just let me know it was time to end this relationship. So shit.
I mean, and I can see why, because even if you think about it, it doesn't even have to be on, like, we can put the spiritual aspect aside and just look at it on a scientific level and look at it on a instinct level. Now, we all know that we need to trust our that first voice and trust our gut instinct first, you know. And 9 times out of 10, like, I ain't not saying I'm gonna put on Professor Ju cap on real quick, but I think that gut instinct in your subconscious is very closely, like they probably cousins, you know, like they talk to each other, like they get along, you know, like, so if you put that together, like you might have already had suspicions in your subconscious about it, and that's your dream relaying into your conscious mind, and you now it's on the forefront of your head, and you starting to put two and two together, and shit starting to add up, and you know what I say, you like you say, like you ask her, you say no. I mean, shit, you might never really know for sure, but shit, I say better safe than sorry, you know.
I definitely agree with that, and that's how I had to be, because, bro, especially like if she's saying no, you can't really make a girl tell the truth, bro. If she's saying no, you just gotta let it be. But no, I'm not having these dreams for nothing. Goddamn, I'm not having these dreams for nothing. Yeah. Especially as a man, I feel like women, when they have dreamed their man is cheating, it's different because men, like they find other women attractive.
And it's also the fact that, like, as a man, your woman needs to be having dreams like that, almost needs to be having dreams like that, so she's gonna be up on her game, because she's like, it's on her mind that, like, yeah, like he is capable of getting another woman. I need to make sure that he sees me above having another woman. So I think that is more so okay. If you're having those type of dreams, she's definitely, if she's not cheating, she's probably doing something wrong.
Had to be. had to be doing something wrong, because there's no fucking way. And I'm talking, it wasn't just one, it was like 3 in a week.
God damn.
she was probably sucking that nigga. It's clean. Goodness gracious. And I feel like it's just, shit happens, bro. Shit happens. But when you get these visions and shit, act on them. So if you get a vision of a great idea, I definitely feel like you should put it into place. Same with, like, if you get a dream your bitch fucking another nigga, cut that bitch off, bro. Because there's no way. Because, one, your woman should be all about you. You shouldn't be all about your woman. So if I'm having dreams about her, there's no way she's all about me, bro.
Yeah, it's definitely not, because like I said, she needs to be that rib. She needs to be that, like, playing a role for you, not like you playing a role for her, unless you're the feminine one in the situation. I said she needs to be playing that role for you. So, and just going, like, back to, like, dreams in general, like, you do want to take into account, like, the things you're dreaming about, and shit, if you want to get into, like, lucid dreaming. I used to be, like, heavy into lucid dreaming when I was in, like, probably, like, middle school, early high school, but and, like,
you could do it.
Yeah. It's really, it can be really cool, but it can get dangerous too as well. Like, when me and Bravo, we actually do it. Like, my friend that lives at ATL, we used to do it a lot. But he had a dream about he went to hell, and, like, that's when we kind of stopped, because it kind of, like, I mean, I stopped around then once he told me that, because I didn't want to do it the next night, so I just, you know what I'm saying, went back to trying to have regular dreams. But, you know, sometimes you just lucid dream randomly too, but, like, it's definitely cool. But you don't want to, like, I mean, when you want to be in the right headspace when you're doing anything, like, spiritual, whether it's, like, lucid dreaming, or, like, I've never, like, done, like, astral projection, but I have seen stuff on it and stuff like that. But, like, anything like that, even, like, shrooms, any psychedelics, like, you want to be in the right headspace when you're doing stuff like that, because it can lead to some dangerous stuff. And, like, I know, like, just stopping smoking weed, you'll have some crazy nightmares and stuff like that, and, like, it can feel so fucking real. You wake up punching the air and all type of shit. Like,
hell yeah. But, like, so you could lucid dream, like, on command, damn near.
Yeah. It was like, I started out just, like, journaling and stuff, and then, you know, you get a reminder, like a token, like, you seen Inception when like they had like the little spinny top, like, you'll get something. Like, mine was like it was a silver dollar, so I was like, I know I got this silver dollar on me, then I'm in reality type shit. But if something wrong with it, but it takes time, you gotta, like, train your mind and stuff like that to remember your token and shit like that.
That
like,
shit sounds
use, like, a little ball or something, and then it's like you get used to checking for your token, and then you do it in the dream, and it's not there Sunday, you know, shit, fucking dreaming, like.
Damn, that sounds fun as fuck. I never lucid dream.
Yeah, I mean, it's something definitely cool. Sometimes you just like, yeah, I think probably from learning it that early, sometimes it just happens to me and shit, and it'll be like usually niggas just do it with like sex dreams and shit, but
niggas going crazy.
I feel like that's why we got into it, but I said it's definitely like dreams is powerful, man, powerful.
Definitely dreams.
Your body doesn't know if what's really happening, like what's not. Your subconscious can't really tell the difference.
I definitely feel that, because that's another thing. Dreams are so powerful, bro. Like, you can manifest in your dreams. I try to do that. I watch a video before I go to sleep, and then I just think about it. Like,
yeah.
So that's how I knew she was fucking another nigga, bro. Because that shit dead. Dreams are too powerful just to be bullshit, bro. Like, it just, I just don't accept it. But to each his own, bro.
It's like, I feel like some of it is, of course, signs from the source. Some of it's your subconscious, and some of it's things you consciously manifest. Like, I ain't like, just get back in my fapping days. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would literally like think about a certain thing and fall back asleep so I can like have that certain like sex dream I wanted, which was like, yeah, like
damn, you was in control.
Like you got your own point at that time, but like I hope I'm not giving nobody any ideas. Like don't do that shit. If you lucid dream, use it to fucking try out your ideas or get some extra work in or something. Like we fucking working out your shit. So, like,
hell no, niggas not doing that. Cause I'm telling you, that shit sound crazy.
It definitely feel real. Like that's the only, like because I started like getting into porn so early, I never had a wet dream until I started like lucid dreaming and having like sex dreams that felt so fucking real. Like,
damn, I think, see, now it feels like I've missed out on a little bit. Cause I've never lucid dreamed. Like in my dreams, I barely got any control. I be getting fucked up in my dreams. Like when I say nigga be beating my ass, I can barely move my arms. I be like, I be trying. Like I can get it up about this far, and that nigga just whacking my ass. That should be fucked up, but it is what it is, I guess. And that's what it really be, bro. I feel like a lot of people that say, "Oh, I don't like men" or "I don't like women," they just don't like some things men and women do, bro. They hold a resentment for the whole. They hold resentment for the whole gender.
And generalize that motherfucker. Yeah.
Hell, you can't do that. And for the reason why, I know we've all heard this before, but not every man is alike, and not every woman is alike. You run into one. As a man, you run into one thought, it's that she just did some fucked up shit. You be ready to say fuck all bitches. Like, you be like, fuck these bitches. But you can't do that for the simple fact, you might meet a girl that's totally different than her that will never do nothing that woman did. And same with a fucking woman. You meet one man that did you dirty, now it's fuck all men, blah, blah, blah.
And that's why, and you'll notice the pattern with people like that, they'll keep falling into the same things, is because they refuse, they put the blame on the other gender instead of looking at themselves and even looking at what they did wrong or the choices they made or who they picked, and like their choices in picking people, and they won't do any growth between relationships, and then it's just, oh, they fall back into the same shit, and then the shit happens again, and they're like, see, that's why I said fuck y'all men, cause men ain't shit, or women this and women that. And my thing is like, dudes that's like of course we're gonna complain about women here and there, but we're not gonna generalize, and you gotta keep open. Like if you how you gonna receive if you're not open?
That is true. That is very so true. So what were we trying to tell you? Y'all need to forgive, bro. Really, this is just about forgiveness. Forgive and get rid of all that resentment in your heart, bro. Because we probably all carry a little resentment for somebody in our past did. But you gotta let that shit go, bro.
Yeah, because you just giving them free energy, and you holding on to that shit is going like it's draining you, and that energy is going to them, and then it's like holding on to that bad energy, you festering disease and like just negative emotions inside yourself. You might have had a smile on your face all the time, and you walking around with a frown or just a mean mug. You don't even notice certain changes in yourself, all because you holding resentment for things, and you keep dwelling on it and just wanting to be vengeful and shit like that. Like, it shit can fuck you up.
It definitely can. And that's not being happy. Like, you should be a happy person. If you're not happy, start looking at why you're not happy. Like, People like that, I promise you, they're not happy people. Especially like you're holding on to those grudges, shit. And I promise you, the other person, they not even thinking about the shit they did.
Hell no, they not. They from fucking moving on. They might think about it every now and then, but 9 times out of 10, when people do fucked up shit, they don't want to think about the fucked up shit they did because it's gonna make them feel
bad.
Make them feel bad, and the whole time the fucked up shit they did, it makes them feel bad, but it makes you feel either sad or mad or angry or whatever. And yeah, like forgiveness is always gonna be the best remedy because it is what allows you to move on.
It definitely is. So that's I just wanted to get that point across, bro. Make sure y'all forgive y'all past partners, bro. Because, and this is another little side tangent, bro. I do think that's why some people I don't think are really gay, bro. I swear they not really gay. Especially like a lot of girls, like, I don't think they gay. I think they just had a bad experience with a man, and now they just not on men right now. Like,
yeah, I mean that goes back to even like I said one time, like even us having the capacity to be this or that is because, is like even though it's not the most optimal, it's not going to be the most like compatible. Is because like you have the people who are hurt and then they feel like that, but you do also have the like the woman that just couldn't get a dude.
That is true.
You know what I'm saying? And they go that way, or like they look already more like manly, or their features or their body shape is just not that, and they turn out being like a stud.
Definitely. Nah, don't get me wrong. If you gay, you gay. We not trying to say you not gay, but I'm just saying.
Some people didn't have a choice, or it felt like they did.
That is true. Just know it is. You do got a choice. Like you can always come back.
Oh yeah,
that's kind of crazy though.
Even as a dude, like most dudes ain't gonna allow you to or accept you to come back, but you can be like that dude. Say he was delivered. You know what I'm talking about?
That's crazy. I ain't gonna lie. That's crazy. I don't know if you can come back. That's a tough one. We'll have to talk about that in the council meeting. The council meeting we have every month, like with the straight guys and shit. But I don't know if you'll be able to come back, yeah, we're not talking about that. But on some real deal stuff though, especially if you're a father, bro, be in your kid's life. You need to be in your kid's life. It's so important for these kids out here to have fathers. Because you got to think about it. Who's really guiding them? The people they just see in their day-to-day lives, like the people on the streets, like the pimps, the thugs, the niggas getting money. The niggas getting money in front of their face.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, facts. All kids definitely need they fathers for sure. The thing about it is we already know this, like the systematic parts of it, but it's also the dudes just not being masculine enough. I think that's a big part of it too, because true masculine man, you're gonna find a way to be in your kid's life no matter what. Now, of course, you're not gonna always be there, especially if you are a successful dude, but you want to be around as much as possible. Like you want to be the dude that's around your kids the most out between other men. You know what I'm saying? Of course, like yeah, the mom is probably gonna be around them the most, but there's gonna be times when they need that masculine figure. If it's a daughter, she's gonna need you to be her first love and show her how a man's supposed to treat her. If it's your son, he's gonna need to know how a man's supposed to act and conduct himself. So fatherhood is definitely important.
It is, because how can you really blame a kid out here from a low-income household doing some dumb stuff? Like, especially when he doesn't have a father figure in his life to teach him any better.
Or the streets is father figure, like you mentioned.
Exactly. Like, so can you really be mad if he go out here rob somebody? He's just thinking, oh, this is how everybody get money. Like, I feel like we think like these kids can see everything. They see the whole world. They may have never seen a real life successful man, like legally. So
there's
if they've
a lot of
never
kids
seen
that haven't seen outside their hood, outside a couple squares or blocks and shit, you know.
Exactly. So if you've never seen any different, how do you expect them to do different? That's my biggest thing.
And that goes for the youth. And the thing is, these youth, they become young adults, and by the time they're young adults, they really be too far gone, and it's a point where Like, no matter how much sympathy you want to give them, once a nigga turns like a certain age, gets around 17, 18, 19, the world not gonna look at him like, no, oh, just misguided a kid. Like, you can, like, say, boom, FBI bring you in and you've been selling crack for years and shit, and they bring your ass in, you be like, it's my environment and this, that, and third. They don't give a fuck by the time you get that age. So it's like, we got to, as men, we have to affect the youth. We got to talk to kids. We have to raise our kids, you know?
Definitely. And you raise them, because no matter how hard a single mom tries, she can't teach you how to be a man, bro. And I stand on that so hard, bro. Like, even my mom, she can't teach me how to be a man, bro. I promise she can't. No matter how hard she tries, she can't, because there's some things she just don't understand, bro.
And it's always going to be, even if you got a masculine mother, it's always going to be that emotional thinking first. So it definitely, like, you definitely need those male roles, and the best one is going to be always the biological father, because y'all got the same DNA, you know what I'm saying? Secondary father figures, like, they can be good, and shout out to all the dudes playing that secondary father figure role for young men and young girls and stuff like that. But it's always gonna be best and most optimal for it to be that biological father. That's why we gotta stay in our kids' lives, stay out of jail, and stay alive.
Exactly, all three. And know, like, if you're having kids, once you have one kid, you gotta stop, bro. Like, you gotta start thinking, like, I can't be out here having multiple kids, because you gotta think they're in different homes. Like, multiple kids with different moms. Now they're in different homes, and it's literally just stressing you out. Now you trying to be here, be here, be here. You only can be one place at one time.
It's literally, that's like, even, like, not saying, Nick Cannon says it's very stressful doing it like how he does it, and like, it would be best for them to be under the same roof if you are gonna have children with different women, or be in very, very close proximity to each other.
Definitely, where you can be like, hey,
and they get along, which is gonna be rare. It's gonna take a real masculine dude to achieve.
Hey, but you masculine enough to have all them kids, you gotta be masculine enough to, like, really be there for those kids, bro. Simple as that. Because prime example, Mikey, you heard what he got charged.
Yeah,
bro. It be like stuff, like, people always want to say, oh, he rich, he don't gotta be doing this, he don't gotta be. Bro, you gotta think about who be leading this man. Like, I'm not trying to speak too much into his life, because I don't know, but, like, especially, like, on the show, like, I've never seen his dad. Like, you see the mom, you see his mom and his little brother and stuff, but I don't think I've ever seen his dad on that show. So it makes me think his dad's probably not, or he don't be around all the time. So it's just like that. You can't be like, oh, he's rich, he shouldn't be doing that. Yes, he shouldn't, but you gotta think about who's leading this man. He be commenting on NBA YoungBoy posts like that's like they both slime. They both slime, if you ask him.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that comes from, like, having that youthful fame, and if he didn't have a father figure around, like, that shit can lead you down the wrong path, because at that point you're gonna be trying to do everything that's cool. Like, you got money, yeah, you a baller, but outside of that, you gonna be, oh, what's cool. And to me, I don't know too. Like, I've read that it was like, I seen his lawyer statement that said it was some uninvited dudes was there, and an altercation ensued, and somebody said he shot a gun after that altercation that happened. But it's like, just even with those details, you can tell things could have been prevented, and it didn't have to escalate to that much if he did have a male role model around, which the kid is still under 18, so he definitely should. He's in those prime years where you get into the most shit when you're 16, 17, 15, 16, 17, you know what I'm saying? You're going to get into the most shit if you don't have that male role model around, because you're young enough to be a minor. You thinking like, oh yeah, I can get away with this, I can get away with that, and if I get juvenile life, that ain't shit, you know what I'm saying? That's how you thinking when you a minor and you doing street shit, you know what I'm saying? But if you had somebody around, shit definitely could have been different.
Shit, I was thinking, I never thought that way. I said, fuck that shit. My mom said, yo, ass better be home. Okay, Miss Chandra, I'm here. Like, I'm not playing no game. But it's a different life, bro. And you can think, like, to be honest, why does Mikey need a gun, bro?
He need a gun. I say, Black man America, you need a gun, but
he's not old enough to have a gun.
That's a different conversation, because I mean, fucking slavery was legal at one point, so it's like what's legal and what's not. Okay, that's a whole different conversation. And should he have one? Me personally, if he's properly trained and he got the proper mindset, and that would come from that older father figure. Like in his current situation, I would say like, yeah, he probably don't need a gun, because what could come of that? But he still would probably need some sort of security around, and if he didn't have that, or for whatever reason couldn't afford that, then I don't really blame him for having a gun. And I don't really know enough to know if he's, because if it is his crib and something happened where he felt like his life in danger, I don't really got a problem with him using his gun in that situation. But it's just, the shit could have been prevented probably before that if it was a male around. That's how I feel about it. But
I definitely agree if there was a male. But we can kind of get into this thing. Bro, because we don't know. We honestly don't know. If it was at his house, okay. But for some reason, I do not believe it was at his house. Because why would he go to jail? Like, because who's going to call in the police at your own house? Like, cops pull up to my house. I promise you, I'm not going. You can pull up to my house.
I think more so, I got to see what the exact charge is. But I think more so like they said is his residence or somewhere like he was supposed to be at, and if he went and got a gun, then I'm assuming it wasn't nobody else around. Like, to me, like I'm just trying to give him the benefit of that, hoping some save the day type shit, like something was going on, he needed to go get it, he knew the consequences of it, but shit, he might just be a fucking a little high head to think he might think he gangster. Like, he might be one of them little niggas that think he gangster. I hope not. I haven't seen too much. Like I never watched his show or none of that. I only see him hoop. That's all I seen.
Definitely. I used to. This person had to remind me. I used to watch his show back in the day. I was like, did I really? And then they reminded. Yes, I used to watch his show. And like, not saying he came for money, but he has money. Like, even without the hoop and shit, he has money. So you got in this thing. It's Mikey. The nigga should have security if he doesn't already.
Yeah.
That's more so what I'm thinking. So, and especially and it's in California. Do you know the handgun laws in California? It's at least 18. It got to be at least 18.
See, California is really. It depends what part. I know LA you can't have guns at all, but I know for handguns it's probably going to be more so 21. What is it? 18. He's 18 right now. I'm just trying to look at the. He faces multiple gun charges. He's facing gun charges, and to me, it says like gunfire erupted just before midnight following an argument about guests in the house being asked to leave.
Oh, so it was his house.
Yeah, it said he shot that bitch. Well, somebody allegedly shot that bitch, and nobody in the car was hit. Yeah, it's very dicey. I think he's gonna skate out of this, to be honest.
Hopefully. Just
because of he probably can get a good ass lawyer in his star power, but it's definitely a warning and a wake up for him. If that's what I'm thinking. If it's his house and he's asking people to leave, and like, I'm not really blaming him, but hopefully he knew before that this could come of it, that he could get some gun charges for using this gun right now. And my thing is, if the people outside in the car, that makes it look a little crazy, because that, to me, assuming they probably leaving at that point. But
definitely. And I look at it like, you in your house, I'm not fine. Bro, if I pull out my gun, I'm probably going to shoot you with that bitch. I'm not shooting that bitch. Like, I mean, maybe it was a warning shot. Somebody, he might have think someone held poles on him too, so he just shot off a little warning shot.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, I feel like you still got to go gun safe. You pull that bitch out, you got to be ready to really put a nigga down, bro.
Facts, man.
So, and he was in his house, so he probably couldn't have really shot his ass too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, but it's saying like, it's like, as a car, Like, yeah, the car was driving away and it was struck by gunfire. And no one inside the car. Like, yeah, see, I got some young boy shit. Like, oh
yeah,
no.
you gotta let that one go, bro. Especially they
There
leaving already.
3 minors in that bitch.
Damn.
So I'm guessing they're probably like around his, like he 18, so they're probably a little younger than him.
That shit crazy. Yeah, he was also
He was on some bad. Like if that was him, they say he just matched the description of the person that said, or someone said he matched the description of the shooter. So that's what he pleaded not guilty. So innocent to proving guilty. But just like the situation itself, beyond Mikey, like yeah, you need like somebody masculine around to prevent shit like that. Someone that's going to try to be diplomatic and more so keep the peace and tell son, hey son, don't they leaving? Why you shoot at him? Like I think they got the point.
Definitely,
because he could have a murder right now.
He definitely could. Thankfully, he don't got no aim. I was about to say you must not got aim. Because think about it, even if you shoot if he wouldn't have shot the glass, that bitch gonna probably hit somebody.
Yeah.
But that's why it's so important, bro. Handling your business as a man. If you out here having kids, bro, be in your kids' life. Because I promise you, no matter what, they still need them. Especially, even if they're older. Because like, I'm about 23. I still need my dad for some shit. Like, I still like to call and be like, hey, what do you think is the best idea? Like, to even just to do this. Like, just having someone for advice.
Yeah, it's like, that's what they say. It's a double-edged sword because you have some dudes that they live in the shadow of their father too much. But you also have, like, the forever wisdom that your father gonna have because he's always ahead of you. If your father's 40-something and you 20-something, that's experience, that's years, that's wisdom right there.
Exactly.
That's why it's like give your kids room to grow so they don't feel like they living in your shadow, and you'll be fine. You're gonna have the perfect kids because you're gonna be able to. They can always hit you up, learn something from you, but they don't feel like, oh, I gotta do this because my dad. Like I have friends that feel like they forced to do certain things, whether it's go to the military or join this certain fraternity or do this or do that, because they dad giving, like their dad is still low key providing for them some, and they feel like, damn, if I don't do what he want me to do, he'll stop. So like that's kind of like the can be the con of it, but it's like that wisdom is priceless.
It's so priceless. And since you brought that up, bro, just because you're in the fraternity doesn't mean your kid need to be in that, bro. That shit is so fucking weird, especially like when you're doing that shit at the young age. Like, oh, you got this Q, and oh, my son's gonna be a Q. Everybody, my dad before him was gonna be a Q. His dad before him.
It's dangerous expectations, man.
Bro, as fuck. What if he don't want to do that shit? Let that nigga live his fucking life, bro.
The little nigga gonna have so much anxiety and insecurities. Like I've seen it firsthand. One of my homies, all growing up, it was either football scholarship or military. So he tried so hard to get a scholarship, ended up getting a scholarship. After then, he didn't make it to the NFL. So now it's okay. You join a fraternity or a military. And this is also his dad was giving him stuff, and he can get a new car and all this stuff as he's getting older. His dad basically control his life. I know, dude. Like, bro, like playing. He bro want to be a streamer for real, or something like that. Like it's like, no, you got to do what his dad want him to do. So now he's an alpha, and he get powder on the butt. And I say, I love you, bro, but like, I don't fuck with that shit. But like that shit is crazy. Like as far as like that, but his dad has done a whole lot for him on the opposite end. He does get that wisdom. It's just like that controlling part. Like luckily, bro, turned out fine. Not saying, but it can break a kid. It can lead a kid to fucking drugs. If like you see how fucking Carlton is on Bel Air. I don't know if you've been watching that shit. But if y'all watch Bel Air, Carlton, he trying to, know what I'm saying, he on fucking anxiety meds and on cocaine and all type of shit, trying to like, know what I'm saying, live up to his dad. His dad a fucking billionaire lawyer and shit. So it's like being in that shadow can be stressful if you as a father making it stressful on your son.
Definitely. And I feel like, especially as kids, bro, kids go through so much, especially like with school. They don't need the added pressure from you too. Like that shit can real life break a kid, because you got to think it's a fucking kid, bro. So don't put these expectations on none of your kids. If they want to do it, yeah, that's cool. But you got to make that their choice, bro. It has to be their choice.
Provide them with wisdom. Provide them with them resources. and opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Give them ability to try out a bunch of different things, see what they like. But you also like, and they're gonna want to do some of the same shit you do just because you're their son anyway. Like, exactly. You know what I'm saying? If you into cars or you like a certain football team or whatever, like they're gonna be on that same tip because they'll be like, nah, my dad this. And I talked about this on another video on my personal channel as far as like this the joy a kid gets from being able to brag about their dad. My dad got this, my dad do this, my dad do this. You got kids that literally will make shit up. They don't even know their father, but they going to school like, oh yeah, my dad live in Philadelphia. He got like 3 cars, a mansion. He got a nice house. He got a sexy wife and all this. Like little niggas will lie just so they can even get that same feeling because they friends talking about what their dads do or his dad do this or his dad do this. But damn, I don't even know my dad. I feel bad right now. I'm fucking left out. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. That's why you got to be in your kids' life and let them do them. Like, it'll be the best possible thing. Boom. But that is the end of today's video, man. Make sure y'all like the video. Yo, can I cop it too? Boom. But that is the end of today's video, man. Make sure y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment, bro. We love the Islanders. Simple as that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We love the Islanders, man. Shout out to Islanders, man. Y'all already know it's gonna be 421, or maybe I might drop this today on 420. But I'm saying if you're getting a little smoky and that's cool, make sure you're working on them motherfucking goals, nigga. That's always first and foremost. Make sure you're working on those goals and don't let anything be a crutch for you. You know what I'm saying? Like when you got shit going on, deal with your shit. Don't have a crutch. Don't have a vice that you just lean on every time because you might end up like Unc. You know what I'm saying? We can talk about that for a little quick second. You know what I mean by Unc? I mean, you know what I'm saying? We all had jobs and it's that older dude there talking about what he coulda, woulda, shoulda did. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be that dude. You want to be the one that worked on your shit while you was young. You didn't fall into certain vices or bullshit and degeneracy. You worked on your shit and you got your shit done, man.
Definitely. Because vices can literally be anything.
Because we all seen a nigga where he be like, yeah, I used to do this, I had this car. You don't even believe him because how he look now type shit. So
literally.
Yeah.
So forever work on yourself.
Yes, sir. Hard work when you don't feel like it, man. We out.
Love ya.
Love ya.